sorts of fun. I've had all sorts of fun all my life. I've just been very lucky to have been involved in so many things and been able to do so much and have so many children. And yes, I have a marvelous time.
That's Wendy McDonald in 1982, just after she was recognized as Canada's Businesswoman of the Year, and also recognized by Veuve Clicquot internationally. Wendy has also been awarded the Order of Canada and the Order of British Columbia for her incredible contributions. It is said that for Ginger Rogers to succeed, she had to do everything Fred Astaire did, except she had to do it in high heels, going backwards. It's known as the Ginger Rogers effect. Ginger Rogers, while talented, is an amateur when compared to Business Laureates of British Columbia Hall of Fame inductee Wendy McDonald. Born in North Vancouver, Wendy has built a career that is founded on the platforms of integrity, vision, and leadership. After enjoying a short career as a model, Wendy McDonald started her business career during the war in 1942 after marrying her first husband.
Bob, he went to war, and Bob had this store here in Vancouver, which was Northern Metals. It wasn't BC Bearing at that time. And I guess she kind of had to keep an eye on the business while he was away and try and raise kids at the same time.
By 1950, there were branches in Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary. Sadly, her husband died in a plane crash that year, leaving Wendy alone to run the business and raise their 4 children.
He was killed in his own plane in 1950. So I had 4 children that I had to feed, and I couldn't see selling it because I had a little bit of knowledge. And so I just went ahead and thought, well, we'll just carry on and see what we can do.
What she did was build a business that by 1955 was a model of success. Wendy was leading the way in supplying bearings to every conceivable industry in BC. Everything from heavy-duty equipment manufacturers to forestry and mining equipment, and so much more. In 1954, she was an early adopter of computer technology. By 1970, there were more than 8 BC bearing shops open in BC and Alberta.
And a lot of our growth really happened later through the 70s. And it seemed that we were opening a branch just about every other month.
She has great vision. There are very few people in our business that have had the vision she's had.
Part of that vision for a successful life included raising 10 children while growing her business at an equally rapid rate. Throughout the 70s and into the early 80s, BC Bearing was growing at a rapid rate. With locations as far east as Winnipeg and throughout BC, her company was an industry leader. Then, in advance of a downturn in the economy, Wendy sensed a change and tightened up the company's finances.
Yeah, the 80s, you know, Mother being in business for so long obviously had great insight as to life cycles and business cycles. And she saw that there was a downturn coming in the economy. So she was able to give us all good direction, start working on headcount, start working on getting inventory reduced, start getting your receivables in, and just really tightening the belt on the business. And I think that's what really got us through in those tough years in the 80s.
Her foresight saved the company from the devastating cutbacks so many BC companies suffered during the 80s and left BC Bearing poised to grow into the United States and throughout the Americas.
In the early 90s, you know, a lot of our Canadian industry, particularly in the mining, were heading to South America. And we decided that, you know, if we're going to stick with these customers and grow our business, we're going to have to look further south. So went down to South America in 91, 92.
The company is celebrating more than 60 years in business with operations as far south as Chile and throughout North America. Currently, more than 300 people work for the company.
Right now we're in sales at $250,000 a year, and We want to move that up to $500 million a year, so it's still go, go, go.
Wendy McDonald is an inspirational leader. She helped set the standards for business in the province of British Columbia. And when asked about her greatest accomplishments, here's what she had to say.
That I brought up all those children and that the company has, as I say, about 60 branches, so that's, everybody in the company is my family. It's not just my own, but a whole, everybody that works for us. So I'm very proud of that.